I opened his phone for only 3 seconds. Just 3, but those 3 seconds changed my whole life. I did not plan to check it. I did not want to be that kind of girl. But that night, something felt wrong. His phone lit up on the table. One message, one name, one line that broke everything. The message said, "Did she ask anything?" Cold sweat smile, I froze. My heart started beating fast. I did not know who sent it. The name on top said, "Office." But no office texts like that. He came back into the room, so I quickly locked the phone and placed it back on the table like nothing happened. My mind, however, could not lock what I had seen. He smiled at me. He asked, "You okay?" I smiled back and said, "Yes." But inside, my heart whispered, "No, something is wrong." That night, I could not sleep. I watched him while he slept peacefully. How can someone sleep so easily when someone next to them is slowly breaking? The next day, he told me he had to work late. Again, he had been working late a lot lately. New project, new meetings, new lies. I didn't know yet, but I could feel it. After he left, I sat on the bed and stared at the wall. I remembered how we used to be. Long calls, warm hugs, random "I miss you" messages, slow walks in the park, plans for the future. Now there were no plans. Just excuses. I told myself, maybe I am overthinking. Maybe it is all in my head. But deep inside, my heart did not believe that. That evening, I decided to do something I never thought I would do. Something I promised myself I would never do. I went to his office. I did not tell him. I just went. I carried a small box of sweets so it would look casual. Like a surprise visit. Like a loving girlfriend. Like someone who still trusted. When I reached the building, my hands were shaking. My legs felt heavy. I almost turned back. Almost. But something in my chest whispered, "If you walk away now, you will never know the truth." So I went in. The receptionist smiled at me. I smiled back and said his name. She looked at her screen. Then she looked at me with a strange expression. "He left early today," she said. My heart dropped. Left early? He told me he would work late. He told me he was busy. I felt heat in my face. Not from anger. From fear. "Are you sure?" I asked. She nodded. "Yes. He signed out 2 hours ago." 2 hours. Where was he now? I walked out of the building slowly. The sky looked heavy, cloudy, like it knew what was coming. I stood outside and took a deep breath. I could go home. I could pretend. I could wait for him to come back and tell me another story. Or, I could finally follow the truth. I opened my phone, opened his last location sharing from many weeks ago. We had shared our locations before, just for safety. I prayed he had not turned it off. The map loaded. His location appeared. He was not at the office. He was at a cafe. A cafe we used to go to together. My heart felt like it stopped, then started again even faster. I called a cab. The ride there felt long. Too long. My mind created 1,000 pictures of what I might see. He is alone. He is with a friend. He is with her. He is with someone new. When I reached the cafe, I almost stayed in the cab. My hands were cold. My body felt heavy. But I got out. I walked slowly to the glass window. I looked inside. And there he was, sitting at our old table. The one near the window. The place where he said, "This feels like our spot." He was not alone. There was a woman sitting opposite him. She was laughing. He was smiling. The smile I once loved. The smile I thought was only for me. My heart broke quietly. Not with a scream. Not with a loud crack. Just a soft, deep pain that spread through my whole body. I could have walked in and shouted. I could have cried there. I could have created a scene. But I didn't. Instead, I took out my phone and snapped one photo. Not to send to him. Not to send to her. Just for me. Just to make sure. I would never again tell myself, "It was all in your head." I turned around and walked away. He called me an hour later. His voice was calm. "Hey, I'm still at the office. Might be late again." I listened quietly. I felt something inside me change. Like a door closing. Like a light turning off. Not in the world. In my heart. I said, "Okay, come home when you can." My voice was calm too. Too calm. That night, I packed some of my things. Not all. Just enough clothes. My important papers. My savings. My small pieces of myself. I wasn't ready to leave yet. But I was ready to stop pretending. The next evening, I waited for him. He came home smiling like everything was normal. He kissed my forehead. He asked, "How was your day?" I looked at him and saw the man I once loved. The man who held my hand when I was scared. The man who knew my favorite song, my favorite word, my worst fear. And now he was my worst fear. I said, I went to your office yesterday. His smile disappeared. He walked slower. He took off his shoes. Without looking at me. Oh, he said. Why? They told me you left 2 hours earlier. I replied. He stayed quiet. I also went to the cafe. I added softly. His head snapped up. He looked at me with panic. In that moment, he didn't need to confess. His eyes had already done it. I took out my phone and showed him the photo. Him and her, sitting at our table, looking like a couple, looking like my replacement. He sat down slowly. He had no words, no excuses, no stories strong enough to cover this truth. Finally he said, it's not what you think. I almost laughed. I almost cried. Instead I said, it is exactly what I think. He started talking fast. Things are complicated. I was confused. I still love you. That word hurt. Love. He made it sound so small. I looked at him and asked, if you love me, why does she exist? He had no answer. In that silence, I realized something important. Love can be true. Love can be hard. Love can be painful. But real love is never this confusing. I stood up. I picked up the small bag I had packed the night before. He looked at it. His face changed. Where are you going? He asked. I said, I am going to find my peace. And you are not part of it anymore. He grabbed my hand. His eyes filled with tears. I made a mistake, he whispered. Maybe he did. Maybe he made many. But I had made a bigger one. I had trusted someone who did not respect my heart. I gently pulled my hand away. I was shaking. My eyes were wet. But my decision was clear. I may forgive you one day. I said. But I will not stay. And I walked out. The hallway felt endless. Every step hurt. Every step felt heavy. But every step also felt like freedom. For days, I cried at night. I couldn't eat properly. I couldn't listen to certain songs. Every small thing reminded me of him. The way he laughed. The way he made tea. The way he said my name. My heart was broken. But slowly, something else began to grow. Respect. Self-respect. One morning, I stood in front of the mirror. My eyes were swollen. My hair was messy. But I looked at myself and saw someone brave. Someone who left even when it hurt. Someone who chose truth over comfort. Someone who put their heart above their fear. Weeks passed. I changed my routine. I went for walks. I listened to soft music. I journaled my feelings. I wrote letters. I never sent. Letters to him. Letters to myself. Letters to the girl who thought she was not enough. And slowly, my pain became my teacher. One afternoon, my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. It was her, the girl from the cafe. She wrote, I found your number in his phone. I think we need to talk. I took a deep breath. Part of me didn't want to open this door again. Another part knew this was the final piece of closure. We met in a small park. She was nervous. So was I. We sat down on a bench. She looked at me and said, I didn't know about you. He told me he was single. When you walked past the cafe that day, he told me you were just someone from work. But the way you looked at him, I knew it was more. My heart hurt again, not as sharp as before. A softer pain now, a pain that knew the road. She showed me her messages. I showed her mine. We looked at each other and saw the same thing. We were both lied to. We were both hurt. We were both victims of the same story. For a minute, we stayed silent. Then something surprising happened. We both laughed, not because it was funny, but because we both knew we deserved better. So much better. She said, I left him too. I nodded. I'm glad you did. We were strangers, but in that moment, we were also sisters in pain. And in healing. That night, I didn't cry. I felt light. I felt strong. I felt proud. I realized the biggest twist of my story. The worst thing he did to me gave me the best thing in return, myself. Now, when I think of that message, the one I was never meant to see, I don't feel only pain. I feel gratitude. Because if I had not seen it, I would still be living in a beautiful lie. Now I live in a harder truth. But it is mine. And it is honest. And one day, I know I will meet someone who doesn't hide me, doesn't lie to me, doesn't make me question my worth. Until then, I am enough. My story is enough. My heart is enough. And if you are listening to this with tears in your eyes, remember this, sometimes the message that breaks your heart is the same message that saves your life.